Saaib Arikad, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir.
Any good news this morning?
Well, I hope your health is well and your family's health is well, and the personal level as well. But I can say God help Palestinians and Israelis after we heard what we heard from Netanyahu and Trump of the fraud and fake proposals of the century.
Yeah, but it seems the Americans are holding back a little bit. They are stopping Netanyahu from annexations and other political moves.
Well, they gave him a rain check, The check is in his pocket. He may cash it at a certain date specified by the Americans. And the fact that they gave him the green light to do the annexation is a fact to give him the green light to close any door of negotiation and to dictate. Imagine a scene where America and Israel are discussing your future, the future of your children and grandchildren, your wife, your family, your neighborhood, and you're watching on TV.
But Mr. Caricat, maybe it's not such a great plan, but it's a base for negotiation.
What negotiations? What left for negotiation? If Jerusalem is Israel's eternal capital, if my Jordan Valley will be annexed, if my airspace will be under your sovereignty,
but
my
you get
water,
states.
my passages, listen, and the settlements, big and small, will be annexed. Okay? If I have to recognize you as Jewish state and recognize Jerusalem as your capital and recognize the settlement, where did you defeat me in any battle? These are terms of surrender. Madam, I will tell you something, a secret. Every word you heard from these two gentlemen, I have heard from Netanyahu and his negotiating team in 2012.
This is what he proposed during the negotiations? This is what he proposed?
Yes, that's Netanyahu's plans and the Settler Council's plans. I have it in my minutes. I have everything in my minutes.
Including the Palestinian state?
Yes, spoke about they said you can call yourself an empire, a sultanate, whatever you want. Look, they said west of the Jordan River, it's a sovereign security for Israel forever. Then we annex the big and small settlements. Then we control your airspace, your electromagnetic, your territorial water, your passages. Then Jerusalem is our capital. Then no discussion on refugees. Then if they put 6 conditions from Jewish state, Jerusalem is the capital, accepting settlements, taking the weapons for whatever who is, and then after that, there will be what they described to me in 2012 as transportation contiguity between the fragmented islands and the remaining parts of the West Bank.
Mr. Caricat,
the Council of the Settlers and Netanyahu, I challenge Mr. Kushner, Greenblatt, Perkovich, Friedman, to have added one sentence, one comment, nothing. They copied and pasted Netanyahu's plan and the Settler
Okay, Mr. Caricat, let's try to be a little bit realistic and try to play a game. What would happen if the Palestinians, would say, you know what, let's sit and negotiate. We accept the plan, not that it is, not exactly as it is, right, as it is, but we want to sit down and talk. What would happen?
We're not negotiating to buy your house, Stella. Negotiations is not about this. Negotiations between two parties like Palestinians and Israelis is about reaching common ground. It's about each side making the other side strong. It's about presenting the agreement to public national referendum. If we want to end conflict, end claims. This questions and this line of thinking of saying Palestinians missing opportunities, why don't you accept, why don't you sit down, it's just really public relations. What we're talking about is the strategy of the future of Palestinians and Israelis. I think this plan has put you and myself, your children and my children in harm's way. I think they're dictating on us that we live by the sword. We don't need this. We can do it. We can sit, yes, we can negotiate directly on the basis of the agreement signed with you and what we agreed with you that Jerusalem borders, the settlement, and refugees will be negotiated between the two sides. And you agreed that no side should take any action that preempts or prejudges.
Maybe, Mr. Caricat, you are waiting for General Gantz. This is what you dream of.
Look, I want to make peace with all of you in Israel. Please, I don't poke my nose in your internal affairs. You have
but you can hope for something else. You can hope for somebody else.
Look, I'm not asking for your charity or somebody else. You need peace in Israel more than I do. No one benefits from peace and normality more than Palestinians and Israelis. That is the truth. And if we don't help ourselves as Palestinians and Israelis, nobody will. Yeah. We have recognized Israel's right to exist since the 1967 border.
Mr. Arikad, we know that there is a report that Abbas and Netanyahu handwritten note warning of consequences of the plan. What does it mean?
No, what Abbas said openly to all. Trump and Netanyahu declared their withdrawal from the Oslo Accords, agreement signed, international law, the Charter of the UN. When they imposed sovereignty of Israel on Jerusalem, the Golan, the Jordan Valley, the settlement, this is totally against international law. Annexation is we were discussing swaps, mutual agreement swaps, but they chose the line between unilateralism and dictation. They're telling us, listen, you Palestinians, we have defeated you. I don't know where they defeated us. I don't know where they fought us. You know, we didn't go into battle, gunships and planes war with Israel. They've been here for 52 years of occupation, doing the same thing every day, every single hour, expecting the different results. And they know for sure that the only way for their peace and my peace is that we sit and get our acts together and realize the two-state solution where the state of Palestine with East Jerusalem as capital will live in peace and security with the 1967 border. That's it. Now the option of Netanyahu is to have one state, two systems. Apartheid. I know you don't like it, but listen, it is apartheid. There is no other definition. Now, if Netanyahu destroys the two-state solution and apartheid doesn't fly, then Netanyahu will go into history as the one who made it possible for one person, one vote from the River Jordan to the Mediterranean.
Okay, Mr. Arikאת, you mentioned violence. Let's talk about the violence that may come on us. Do you think that the Palestinian youth will go out to the streets?
Well, look, the term violence means the death of my children and grandchildren. We don't want violence. We want peace. We want to solve problems by peaceful means, void of violence. That's what we're doing. And now to Mr. Netanyahu, this man can burn the Middle East in order to get 3 more seats in the coming election. I can't believe the ME syndrome. The ME syndrome with these two leaders. As if they're telling the world there was no future, there is no future without us, and no past without us, and we are capable of doing anything in order to stay in power or to avoid going to prison or to avoid to be impeached. This is the region that needs peace, stability, moderation. This is the region that needs to defeat extremism in any of its forms. Yeah. This is the region that needs to defeat terrorism in its form.
So violence is under control. You can promise us that you won't let the violence spread on the streets.
Look, I cannot. I don't want violence. I don't want violence because violence means that maybe the death of my children, and my grandchildren, and your children, and my grandchildren. My job is to save lives. My job is to offer Palestinians and Israelis a better, normal future. That's what I mean when I say that the only option is a direct negotiations that will achieve the two-state solution in 1967. You don't have a government that is even willing to say that we're willing to go to direct negotiations. Now look at what Kushner did. Kushner added a new element, which will make it impossible for even resumption of negotiation. He said the only terms of reference for the negotiation will be this sham they presented the council, the sectors of council's plan and Netanyahu plan. Leave us alone. And the day the Israeli matures enough and realize what to do with me. I live in Jericho. I'm speaking to you from the Jordan River. I am today 50.9% of the population.
Okay.
You are 49.1% of the population. What are you going to do with me? You're going to subject me with your boots and guns and tanks forever?
No, we hope not. Mr. Arikאת, we'll thank you for this interview this morning. Thank you.